Hey, how's it going? Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Yeah. You know, watching this, I just realized, where have you ever been where a sunflower, a palm tree, a totem pole, and a big-ass waterfall exist in the same area? That's pretty... excuse me, I had a burp. That's pretty magnifico. Yeah, I think I've been to Cozumel, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Ireland, I've been to England. Oh yeah, I've been to England. I've been to Panama. I've been to a lot of states within the United States. I've been to Canada. I've been to a lot of places because I like to travel. Well, I have to travel for several reasons that I'm not allowed to go into. Shh. And you may never know about it either. But I can honestly say that I do not know of an area that exists where a waterfall that is big ass, I should tell you. I mean, I know some asses that are bigger and wider than that waterfall, but relatively speaking, that is a big waterfall. It's bigger than some asses. It's quite big, quite bigger than some asses. But not only that, a palm tree, a sunflower, and a totem pole. That is out there, man. Out there. But it's all cool. I can't honestly say I've ever been there. Oh wow. I don't know, when you live in the city, you do see some pretty strange sights, let me tell you that. I gotta say too, you know, just looking at Wario makes me hungry. I mean, he eats a lot, and he's pretty strong, I guess. He gets his vitamins and minerals and, you know, carbohydrates and fats and proteins and whatnot just from eating. And he seems to be strong. I mean, he looks very unhealthy, but I don't know. Pretty strong. He must work out or something. Or else just trying to lift his stomach up every day is working out or something. I don't know. But you imagine that if you would lick Wario in the forehead, he would taste pretty salty. I don't know. Does he ever get hungry? Like, oh wow. I mean, he sweats a lot. I mean, your sweat is practically sodium and I think some potassium. And I'm sure there's other things involved too. It's like, You know what? I'm kind of hungry. I could go for a greasy, salty snack. Come here, Wario. I'm hungry. Okay. I don't think Wario would sound like that, but then he would just shamble over and being the nice guy that he is, and you get to lick him. Lick him on the face. Lick him on the face. He's hungry. Hungry, hungry, hit bows. Hungry, hungry, hit bows. That reminds me, we're doing as a class, not for me individually, but as a class for a school. It's something called video production, where there's 5 different shows. We have it's called What Else Is On. I didn't agree to that. I think it's a stupid name for a show, but it's a format that's like a news. Like it's like half. Think of half late show and half news show. The late show as in like David Letterman, Conan O'Brien, Jay Leno, you know, all those. And who's that other guy? Not Chris Kattan. The guy who looks like Chris Kattan. Or is it Chris Kattan? I don't know if he's... I can't think of his name. Oh well. But that kind of thing. So it's like 2 people that sit at a table and, you know, they talk, or they talk to the camera, kind of like a news style. And then they like go to segments, or they're called packages. And packages are if you ever watch a news program, like, we're going to take you to blah, blah, blah for this coverage on Philadelphia's Mummers Parade or something. And then it's like voiceover, and they show B-roll. B-roll is like not really still footage, but it's like footage that gives you an idea where you are in location-wise. And then things like that. But we did like different packages. This theme is extreme. Like, everything is extreme! Like, one of our parody packages is called Campus Cribs, which is a takeoff of Cribs from MTV, which I honestly think is a terrible show, but I don't think it's still on. If it is, God help us all. But if we have to do that. I'm with somebody. So there's 7 packages this time, and for our Campus Cribs, what we did is, I don't want to give everything away, but it took like the simplest things and made it totally unnecessarily extreme. And we put like this French music to it, like this very relaxed French music. So it's not even extreme music. It doesn't even get you into the mood. But I play with toys. Like I have this big Blossom Powerpuff Girl doll and this race car that's like the size. They're I don't know, like 18 inches each. And I just went just did voices from and then we would cut to music just playing. I looked like kind of psychotic. And then talked about ramen noodles. Like who has time to eat ramen noodles, or who has time to cook ramen noodles? Well, you can just eat it raw. I just ate it raw. I mean, I didn't give a very good description, but it's stuff like that. And everyone gets a chance of doing something, or everyone is assigned something different every show. There's 5 of them. For the first show, I was technical director, which not exactly director. The director tells me when to cut to camera 1, when to cut to camera 2, 3, 4, when to fade in, when to fade out, when to go to the video packages, when to go to VTR, like that kind of stuff. It's one of the hardest jobs. And then I was a producer, which our theme was kids, and I wrote the script for it. It has to be 28 minutes, and plus an interview, so it's kind of like 7 minutes of stuff you actually have to write. Oh man, I keep burping. Probably from that stuff that I had that makes you burp. That's probably what did it. I don't know for sure. But, oh my god, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, well, it was really easy for me since I'm writing a show that deals with kids, so it's a kids theme. So we had the talent dress up as little kids, and they acted like little kids. It was pretty good. We got an A on that actually. The teacher is a really, really hard grader. So, and like when you're a producer, you're responsible for everything. You're responsible to make sure everyone's there to do their job. You're responsible for the script. You're responsible for all the graphics. You're responsible to make sure everything runs on time. It's tough. It's not a great example of what the real world is like, but it gives you an idea. And I already have, well, not hardcore experience, but I have experience of it. Like I know what goes on, especially with animation. It kind of sucks because this is completely different from like animation. Animation, you don't even like get yourself involved unless you're an animator director. Then that's something different. But like when you're a writer and voice actor and that kind of stuff, you don't see high or tail of what goes on. Like honestly, an average Simpsons episode takes 10 months, and 3 months of it, I believe, goes to Korea for coloring. I think. I know they did that in the old episodes, but I don't know if they. I know it's digital coloring, but I don't know if Korea still. I think Korea still does it. So like that, 3 months of it is like that, and then the writing and the voice acting is the easiest. Voice acting can take like 2 weeks, tops. The writing can take some time because you have to keep doing drafts after draft after draft. Depends on what show you work for. Like Simpsons, they do several drafts, and because it's animation, it's a lot easier. So if something doesn't work out right, you can like dub a piece of animation. You know, you see that a lot in the old Simpsons episodes. Like when their mouths don't match with the words. That's because like a week before it actually premieres, they dub something over it. The Simpsons is a long process. But yeah, so that's completely different from going into a newsroom or like a Saturday Night Live, or not Saturday Night Live, like a late show kind of thing. It's difficult. It's like, so we had to design the set. We had to put stuff in the background. We had toys on the table. We had soldiers, those little green army men. I don't know what they're called, GI Joes, I guess. We had Barbie dolls. We had a car. That car I explained earlier. Cardboard boxes, because cardboard boxes are pretty damn fun, let me tell you. I play with them every day whenever I get the chance. Because they are fun. You use your imagination. Like yesterday I was a spaceman, and I flew out the window and I broke my leg. Not really. I broke my spirits. That's what happened. Actually, I did break the window, so I have to pay for that. But yeah, then the third show we just did, I was a cameraman, which is one of the easier jobs. All you gotta do is listen to the director through your headset. Just, hey, can you pan it a little bit to the left, tilt it up to the right, zoom in, zoom out, focus. That's really easy. And you kind of just like keep the camera there, unless you're told to set up for green screen, whatnot. And this time I'm floor manager. Floor manager is the director that's outside of the studio. So there's two parts. There's like the back area where all the it's like an enclosed area where all the audio and the VTR and the director and the graphics, that's all there. And then there's the camera stuff, like the actual stage, you know, where the desks are, the talent are. So I'm the floor manager. I listen to the director. Director tells me what to do. I tell the director's directions. Director's directions. Wasn't that funny? And I tell the talent, the cameras and whatnot, and then blah blah blah. Do the 5, 4, 3, that kind of job. I think the last part on the teleprompter, which is really easy. The only thing you have to worry about is not going too fast. You have to like match the talent's progress with your progress. Like you can't go too fast, you can't go too slow. Very, very easy. The easiest is probably the graphics, because on the script it just tells the graphics are labeled and you just hit it when. You know, it's really simple. It's a challenging class. It gives you a kind of idea what goes on in TV production and film production and whatnot. But what sucks is A, that's not what I want to do. I don't want to go into like late night. Well, I mean, if the job's there, I'll take it. But I'm not going to news. News is completely different. Hell no. Keep my ass out of there. Keep my ass out of there. That doesn't sound right. I'm keeping myself away from that. That's better. My ass. And, I mean, late night, if the writing job is there, I'll take it. But, no, A, that's not what I want to do. And B, most of the time, 99.9% out of the time, you're going to be working with people that are actually good at what they do. These are people that, or I shouldn't say people, these are students that are just learning, that are just, this isn't what they want to do, it's a class that's required to graduate. I mean, come on. No. I mean, when I was a producer, I got into people's faces. I was like, come on. I demand a I didn't say this, but I demand a damn email. When I say by 8 o'clock Thursday, I mean 8 o'clock Thursday. Not 8 o'clock next Thursday. Not 8 o'clock in the morning on Friday. 8 o'clock Thursday night. I get pissed. I get really pissed. And when someone tells me the wrong time for their video package, because you got to make sure the time is right in the script. Like, what the hell is this? Well, can't you count? Can't you count? Come on. I was an asshole. It's like, I'm a fun guy most of the time, but when it comes to jobs, I am an asshole. I am an ass. That's just the way it is. And you know what? You're going to meet a lot of bosses that you like, and you're going to meet more bosses that are assholes. And you know what? I'm one of those bosses that's an asshole, and I'm sorry. Actually, I didn't really talk about these event matches. I only have less than a minute, so first one is just an opposite of the 3A. The B one, or no, number 4, it's kind of challenging. Fox and Falco. No items, just gotta outwit the Landmaster. I should say, I'll talk about it next time, who my best characters are. But as you can see, DK is one of them. Mr. Game & Watch is the other. I'm kind of suck with everyone else. I'm pretty damn good with DK, though. And I'm pretty good with Wario, too. I can dish it out well with Wario. Those are my 3, I would say. And then this is just, there aren't that many female fighters, and I'm a huge supporter of women's rights, so like, hey, let's just see if we can beat these abusive people. Some of them wouldn't really even be abusive, like Rob.